All right, ocean again. If I managed to post a prior video when I was near the ocean, I'm literally on the other side of the world. This is one of the most beautiful beaches that I can remember seeing. I'm biased. My family used to come vacation here as a kid. I've been coming to this beach for over 55 years. A lot of memories here. And I'm here at the oceanside. It's coinciding with the day after of an event that left me feeling kicked in the stomach, stabbed, trampled over, beaten, pertaining to what else would fit that description other than a relationship breakup. The details are not so important for the purposes of this channel. What is important is that the effect of walking in places in the quiet can have towards healing yourself after events like that. I had literally yesterday been pushed to the point where my pain was so great I couldn't think of anything else outside of that. I've done things that I've never done before as a result of that, which I'm not proud of. And this is going back 60 years. I'm almost 60 years old. I've done some things or one thing in particular that I didn't even think I was capable of doing. It wasn't particularly hurtful, to be clear, in any way, other than it being a really small gesture of getting back and creating a little bit more difficulty for what I perceive to be the perpetrator of the crimes against me. But I really need to leave all that behind. It's too much. When things are over, they're over. And even if I was the victim on a losing end of a really bizarre, cruel twist that literally was perpetrated, the point is to get yourself back into a place where you can forgive and not forget, but just kind of chalk it up to another misstep on the path of life, which of course there are many, inevitably. And the best way to adjust to those inevitable missteps are to literally take steps in places like this. Yeah, so I have stooped to a level that I never thought I was capable of. When you're in that wounded, hurt, rageful space. And I mean, clearly I can be pretty objective about these things, and I was definitely perpetrated upon by this former significant other in a really cruel and bizarre and twisted way that just it left me in stunned silence to think that something like the person would be even capable of doing what they did. Anyway, no matter. It involved texting a very, very interested third party who would be surprised about the event and would need to talk about the events to this other person in a way that would be very uncomfortable for her. And it's not going to go beyond that, but sophomorish juvenile stuff. And here I am at the age of nearly 60, stooping to such level. Ah, yeah. The ocean, the fish, the plankton, the seagulls, a world of creatures, none of which crap about pain that I go through, and nor should they. Boy, it still feels really, really bad. But locations like this are the best possible medicine that one could have to get through difficult times. Yeah, so earlier when I stepped onto this beach, I had, in the process of walking down the dunes, I saw spouting off in the distance. About a mile offshore, a pod of whales was playing. Or they weren't playing, I'm sure they were feeding off of something because they were aggregated in one location. Just amazing. I mean, this is Cape Cod. Whales aren't that uncommon here. When I was in Hawaii 2 months ago, in the winter, whales are a pretty common sight. And I see them occasionally, rarely off the coast here, but I've never seen them in such a great number in this location. And it's always just inspiring to be reminded that such majestic, large beings still inhabit the world and are struggling to hang on, and some of them are managing to do so. Okay, so much for that soliloquy. No more soapboxing of that kind. I wonder if you can hear me with the wind or not. Possibly, I don't know. Point is that there's this incredible loop hike here where I'm staying. You can walk, it's probably about 5 or 6 miles, and it's not really a trail per se, but you can walk, maybe it's 6 miles, I don't know. You can walk a couple of miles up the bay side on Cape Cod Bay. And there's a place where you can cross over the roads and the beaches and everything, walk over to the ocean, and then get off, walk back south along the ocean to this point not far from Highland Lighthouse, where you can, I can right now just walk about a mile or so on the road back to where I'm staying. Yeah, it's really incredible just to be able to come to a place like this on the East Coast, on the ever so crowded East Coast, and find a place where I can do a walk like this in the ocean where there's not a lot of development. Thanks to the National Park Service, National Seashore, and the visionary folks who established this back in the 1960s.